Hoot hoot, everybody! Hoot hoot! I'm Vilhelm Vanderbos, the noble owl of Globy Generation 2 Equinox, and welcome back to an art stream. Cue the music. The other music. Better. Perfection. How's everyone doing? Hoot hoot! Welcome, welcome, welcome. How are you, Bloomies? Feels so satisfactory having the sound on the transition screen. Thank you! I had an idea, and I went for it. And then I had to figure out how to get the video transparent as well, and I did. I figured that out too, and now we have sounds, which are completely in my taste of adding a little bit of sound design to things. Hello. Side note, Mama Knight really likes your starting soon music. Oh, thank you. I picked it myself. I did not make it myself. Thank you, Mama Knight. Bless, bless. Hoot, hoot. Excellent taste. Exactly. Is Mama Knight watching? Much appreciated. Thank you very much. Okay, let's see. Who else is here? Hoot, hoot in chat. Or a hoot hoot back. Kinda just listen in. I should remember how to say thank you in the Filipino words that Kuni taught me. Okay, let's see. I see Hoot Hoot Ciel, Hoot Hoot Jingjuan, Hoot Hoot Chris, and Lori, and Miri, Hoot Hoot Hoot, Mizu, Mariah, Hoot Hoot, Crescent, welcome Hoot Hoot, Shadow Milk, hello, Mukalak, hello, Hoot Hoot. Dragon Hoot Hoot. What is here? Kiki, welcome. Did I miss anyone? Keep hootin'. Keep hootin', I'll say hoot hoot. But yeah, welcome. Today I gotta lock in, but at first I have a little something I need to tell you guys. Hello, Nai, hoot hoot. Me, I told you. I already said. I know I hoot hooted at you. So yeah, we're gonna be drawing Cloud Strife. I'm gonna continue my drawing, but I only have 2 hours to work on it. Because we're gonna raid into my buddy Ambrose's concert that he's been working really hard on. Hello, Ruka, welcome. So yeah, I'm gonna be locking in a bit on my drawing. This is my second entry for my art challenge that I'm going to be doing the feature stream next week. So if you have a drawing ongoing, you have a week to finish it if you want to enter as well. Be sure to post it to the respective places so I can have a look. I'm going to be gathering from Blue Sky in case anyone posted there. Twitter and TikTok and YouTube as well. There are instructions on how to post on my channel. So please have a look at those so I can find the picture and feature. Yeah, this has been a bit more than a month art challenge, but now we're getting close to the end. And there's going to be a new one after, of course, so no problem. But this one is nearing its end, so you guys know. Another thing I should mention is that another thing that is running out of time is if you're going to order my birthday merch. My birthday merch, meaning this cute how to say, sorry, short plush throw pillow for your couch, making it all the extra cozy, comfy cozy. It's about this size too. It's 40 centimeters, and it's gonna be all fine, you know. So if you want to get your orders in, be sure to do it before Tuesday because that is the month of pre-orders that you could do. So before Tuesday, there's also this, let's see, there's this plastic standee, the acrylic standee as well, that essentially showcases and features my full V2 outfit as well, beautifully done with the wings and everything. It also ties into a voice pack that is available, the voice pack being a digital download, so you can access that already. If you get the full bundle, you also get a little bonus, which is this little printed Polaroid looking card that I made. It has my signature on it. It also has my handwriting on it that says "Thank you for being my wings," which is a sentiment I always have to every one of you. If you don't know the story, I got my wings back much thanks to you guys, because you were always a feather under my wing, and you would help me soar in very as high as I ever could. So I'm super grateful to every one of you. So this is a little special if you get the bundle. The link to the store, the Globy store, is let's see, birthday. Is that? I think that was it. Hello. I'll get it going. I'll get it going. I'll pin it. But yeah, last order is gonna be on Tuesday. I don't know when exactly on Tuesday, or if it's gonna last all of Tuesday. So best say all of Monday. And then you will not be able to order them again. I think the voice pack is still gonna be there. That's a digital download, so you can that doesn't need any shipping or any kind of anything like that. So, hello Tomato, welcome. And yeah, with that said, let me see if I can get the link in, and I'ma lock in. Is it working? I don't think it's working. Dang it. There you go. There it is. Thank you. Pin the message. Soon to be gone. Hello, Sai. Welcome. And yeah, let's get this going then, shall we? No, I have another one in mind. If I can find it. Ish, let's go. First, you get the little sound effects. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Do this instead. You have a question? Sure, Shadow McClan. Also, of course, I'm going to be chatting. Hello, Void. You guys can chat with me, ask me questions in the meantime. But yes, I need to lock in on this because I have this stream to work on it. And then there's not going to be a lot of opportunities. Maybe we do like a work and chat with the members, but I feel like we already had a chatting stream, so I wouldn't want to. Let's get on it. So yeah, I'm going to be a bit more locked in for this one. This is the art piece as it is. I already see a couple of things I would like to change on this, so I'm just gonna... We're gonna merge a lot of layers and then we're just gonna get to it. This is pretty good as is, I think. We still have a lot of anatomy stuff to fix, I feel. Oh, did not mean to do that. Is the volume okay? Can you guys hear me okay? +1 accomplished for the algorithm. Well, thank you very much. Okay, I'm gonna need your help with this one too. See, I'm an owl, and there's the great owl algorithm that controls the tubes of you. Grants me its power sometimes. But it kind of needs to know that I need it, and in order to do that, I need your help. How long did you spend on this? 2 hours, I think, so far. Last stream, pretty much. This is my second stream, and I need to get this done. Those are colors just from the gradient maps. Yeah, it does. I actually adjusted the gradient map to have more purples in the dark and more orange, kind of more beiges in the brights, and that did everything, because Advent Children is kind of a flat colored movie. So my gradient map has a bit of a sunset gradient map on it. Can I just get rid of this? Because it's all quote unquote realistic. So yeah. Are you the wise owl? I would say I'm a wise owl, but I'll be the wise owl. So got a bit of dilemma. Okay, this one doesn't loop well. We don't want this. We want something that loops well. Hopefully, let's see. Does it loop okay? I'm gonna try at the end already. Thank you, thank you. The hair is glowing like an angel. Yeah, his hair is very glowy. This one, why don't my loops loop? What happened? Oh, touch my playlist. Nah, I'm kidding. You guys would never. Hiyo. Let's get these details in. I'm gonna put on the gradient map on this part. I think. There you go. Just put the gradient map on just cloud. We're gonna start merging some stuff in here so we can get the rest of the visuals. I'm gonna merge everything down to one layer because there's right now the foreground, like cloud, and the backgrounds are separate. So I'm just gonna merge cloud down into one layer here, and then I'm just gonna go nuts. Talons at the ready. I'm just gonna go completely ham on his likeness. How's everyone doing, by the way? How's your weekend going? Let me get my wing out of the way, even though it really doesn't. But let's see. Okay. Wow. There you go. The loop is not looping. Yeah, what's the deal? What good is a loop that doesn't loop? Some adjustments. A bit of the lips. The lips can get a little bit brighter. We can fix that later. Still a bit sick. I'm sorry to hear. Slept for 12 hours. Ooh. Is that that we should cheer? We should call that an achievement. That's a little kind of speaks volume of how tired you might be. I'm glad you got some rest in. Okay, I'm gonna grab this too. This is the reference picture. Everything needs to be a little bit more yellow everywhere, I think. It was all yellow. Ups and downs of just being a cozy plumie. Okay. That's always welcome here. Everyone's welcome to take a little rest moment here. You made a Genesis plushie. You made a plushie. That's right. Awesome. Good job. Put this in the background. Yeah, the background needs some adjustments, I think. Anyway. Cloud. Okay, so now that we got everything combined and everything like that, I'm gonna have a little look-see at what errors I see. The arm is already really too short. I've already got some angles down that don't really make sense but still work for my iteration of it. But this arm doesn't make a lot of sense because his shoulder's kind of here, and I feel like with the angle that you see in the actual reference, the arm should be a little bit longer. So I'm gonna wanna give a little bit of other definition to it on the muscle side and also make it a bit longer. Since cloud is now just one layer, we are gonna have to redraw a lot of things. Just kind of move it and then okay, I got a little nervous there for a moment because my tablet was not doing what it was supposed to. kind of still isn't. What's going on? Oh no, are you kidding me? Okay. Let me save, let me restart. This should help. This is not the time to be losing time. Yeah, the hair is untouched essentially. It's just sketch. Okay, please work. Still not working. Dang it. Okay. Drivers are working. That's weird. It is the right monitor. That's really strange. Let me do the good old turn it off and on again. No, it's not working. It's gonna be even more speed paint. Okay. Okay, we got serious time music now because I've lost time. Sorry about that. Everything looked right, and then it just didn't want to. Let's hope it's saved properly. Yeah, I did. Okay, good. Yeah, refresh everybody, please. Refresh the stream, please. We're back. Let's go. I'm seeing an angel. Oh, thank you. You went from only 2 hours to only 1.5 hours. Only 1.5 hours. You think we're gonna do it? Can we do it? Can we do it? Gulp. Audible gulp. Let's go. It's the boss battle. It's like a double challenge. It's not working again. It's not work. It just worked. It's not working. It's not working. Why isn't it working? It was working. It works in Windows. Why doesn't it work? Why doesn't it work? I don't know why it doesn't work. Okay, think. Why doesn't it work? Nothing. The pen doesn't react in Clip Studio at all. It works in Windows. I was using it earlier today. Okay, what if I change the tablet driver to tablet PC? And we got it back somewhat. It's not WinTab, but we'll have to do with this. It'll have to do. Changing the tablet driver in Clip Studio. Whenever WinTab doesn't want to work, tablet PC might work, but it's gonna... Some things are not gonna work properly. Like I might see some key presses and the pen pressure is gonna be different, but... Falta de pan, ricas son las tortas. When in Rome, do as the Romans, yeah? You know it's serious when my Spanish comes out. Did you connect? I didn't. I had to change the driver settings on my drawing program. So we'll We'll figure it out. Okay, let's see. Can I actually do this now, finally? Yeah, thank you. Been trying to select your arm for a while there, Cloud. That's not very nice of you, Cloud. Almost fluent in English, but otherwise I'm how do you say that? Check? I always have a tricky way pronouncing that. Spanish mode is only for serious business. Cuando las cosas son serias. Es el Spanish mode. Is Buzz Lightyear coded whenever he gets Spanish mode. I think you pronounce it in the same line as Czech, yeah. Okay, that's cool. That's awesome though, that's awesome. It's really great to be bilingual. English is my third language. Sometimes I definitely suffer the nerve of not really knowing how to pronounce things. Hello, Sunny. Spanish mode's so nice. I'm just mumbling to myself, trying to psych myself up. I don't do enough with Spanish. I had a Spanish-only stream way in the beginning, and then there's been some botsus in Spanish. Like there is a declaration kind of confess your love to chat in Spanish. That is out there somewhere. Ahoy, ahoy, really? You're from Spain and Spanish is pretty good for real. Well, thank you. Muchas gracias. Tengo un acento que es difícil, es difícil, ¿cómo se dice? Place. Like I have an accent in Spanish that's very difficult to place because it's, you know, kind of self-taught in a way. Madrid accents, really? I never knew. I never knew that was the case. That I have that accent? That's really interesting to me. I've never been in Madrid. Hoot in español? Ut, I guess then. Welcome, Nando. How are you doing? Love your voice, but thank you. I'm really happy people find my voice soothing. The song isn't very soothing. Ooh. So we have the Roman battle. Ooh. This is locking in music. It has kind of dungeon crawling anime game to it in a way. I'm talking more like Ease or Trails. Just a question for you know speaking Spanish, are you part Mexican or fully? Why does it need to be Mexican? I'm European. I am fully language owl. Green language owl. I'm from Sweden. I live in the Netherlands. That's as far as we know. Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, you there's only one like one of the most spoken languages in the world. It's like, so are you this specific thing or the other? There's so many places that speak Spanish. Arm is a little chunkier now. The boy has some lift muscle, which is good. What else do we need to fix on Cloud? It's mostly color, really. I can't work details. I don't have time to work details. There is no time for the details, so we should work on the colors. I speak Norwegian. Kjempegodt. Hello, Renata. Welcome, welcome. How are you doing? How's your weekend going? I guess Spain and almost all South America are not speaking Spanish. Well, technically, I'm just kidding. No hablo español, hablo castellano. I heard said. I've heard. Vilhelm, do you know any word in Catalan? I'm sorry, I don't. I do not. I'm checking when someone tries to say 333 silver sprays sprayed over 333 silver roofs even. Oh, so it's like a tongue twister, yeah. You could try doing the Swedish 777,777. It's great. It's my first time watching live, enjoying the stream. I'm European myself. Hope your weekend's been great. Thank you, Renata. I'm having a really nice weekend. Today the stream started off with a little bit of problems because my tablet didn't want to work properly. I'm not entirely sure why the settings suddenly decided to do what they did, even though it worked earlier today, but oh well. Alright, so what we're gonna do today is we're gonna try to hide the quote-unquote flaws of the drawing with light and shade. Light and shade. Shen, I would appreciate it, but not today because I kind of need to lock in. And my mods don't speak Catalan, so even though I don't think you would do anything malicious, I'd rather be able to be on top of what is being said on chat, okay? So we do the language exchange later. Okay, yeah, not today. I'll take you up on that some other time when we talk languages. Thank you for understanding. Tiresias, I want to say Tiresias, and Nix, welcome. But I did a quick fix on the tablet. Luckily, I've had to deal with that as a PC or like a Windows. No, sorry, this is Mirrors 11. I don't use a PC. I use a Magic Mirror. But as having been through this a lot, at least I had some ideas of what to do. So we'll see what we can do. For now, we're gonna have to try to get a bit of shading going into his hair, I think. Just finished drawing. Excellent. Give yourself a pat on the back. Drawing all morning. That's awesome too. I don't always get drawing done when I want to, but when I do, I try to, you know, not be too harsh on myself that I didn't do all the things I wanted to do. It's good that we just got stuff done at all, you know? I'm thinking, how can we approach this? Like, his face needs a little bit more, everything needs to be a little bit more beige. I don't know how well we can do that, but maybe we can just use some general kind of... Yeah, it's a bit more kind of like that, I guess, but... drawing's very good, thank you, thank you. We're still trying to figure out how to do the rest that needs to be done on it. See, his face, his skin needs a little bit of, you know, kind of definition. The metal in the back needs to get the reflection from the rest of the background, you know? So we'll see, we'll see. I have some ideas, I think generally I'm quite happy with how everything is, like, everything is in place, so to say. I'm just gonna need to study this a little bit more to be able to put everything where it needs to go in the rest of it. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna delete this mask in the back and I'm gonna make something new. I'm gonna kind of color sample this a little bit, and we're gonna get that tone into the background. That needs to be there. Yeah, it's pretty much that one. The background I'm not gonna be able to detail fully, so we're gonna do a little bit of, we're gonna use a lot of blur to kind of hide the imperfections of it. Let's grab the reference there. We're gonna get some, let's do some proper lines. Color wise it looks, yeah, I would say so. At this point, like, since we can't do the first of all, thank you, and then because we can't really do the details like very accurate to the background, because that would take a lot of rendering just to get the plates and everything done where they need to, we're gonna blur the background. That's a good quick way, because the background is not the main character in this, you know. So what I'm gonna do is just gonna give these kind of general lines across this pipe or whatever they're fighting on around the Shinra building in the movie. I'm gonna do a couple of things like this, blur it up a bit so that it's kind of, you know, we can use texture. Actually, we can use a texture. Textures are a good way to do something interesting with general emptiness, right? So I'm gonna grab a texture, then we're gonna blur. First we texture, then we blur. I'm just kind of indicating. That's the key word in this. Like, you usually call it indicating when you're just putting general lines and shapes in, even though they're not really detailed. Like indicating where an arm is like where an arm is, or where the shadow is. You know, it's not really fully detailed in. Super nice to meet a lot of new people today. Super nice to see you guys taking the time to drop by. I've seen some comments on my shorts that come out and stuff. It's always nice to, it's almost like meeting people live, you know, they kind of walk up to you and stuff. It's always nice. I really appreciate it. Dun, 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 dun. Thank you for the fluttering hearts. I see them. They're cute. Na, 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 na. All right, so this kind of metallic thing in the background, now because the lines are so sharp, they're kind of, it's taking a lot of attention away from Cloud. So we're just gonna grab, I'm gonna grab a general texture that I have. So I got a bunch. Some I've done myself. Others are from things like free packs I've gathered over time and stuff. Because it's really important if you do art, like for yourself it doesn't matter much, but if you're gonna be using your assets to do commissions or do art for other people or post things online, it's important that you make sure to, you know, use stuff that you're eligible to use, if that's how the word for it. Like, you can't you need to, just like if you're gonna use music, that you need to use music that is royalty free or you're gonna get in trouble. That's the same deal with a lot of assets, such as you can't just go and Google something up if it's gonna be something official that you are that's meant to represent you, right? And when I say textures, I mean textures like this. I'm gonna show you guys what some textures look like that I have. I got some that are very, very high contrast like this, which is essentially just really, if you ever gotten around to kind of scrape down wood or clear out wallpaper on stuff, like behind when it's just like a plain wall, you can always take close-up photos and then play around the contrast and color to make stuff like this. You can see it here. You can take a close-up of something like a very wrinkly paper, and then you can combine it with some grunge stuff. This one is actually pretty good, I think. We might be able to use this. Let's grab this one and put it on top of the give it like a layer effect. See, it's already kind of a bit more gritty, nitty-gritty in the background. But if you just put a texture down as is, it's not gonna really sell the shape of it all. So if you kind of convert it and you kind of give it, you know, kind of distort it a little bit, kind of make it follow the shape of it all, it's gonna work a little bit better. This is a general warp and transform tool that's usually available on drawing programs. This is just going to be for this spot, so we don't need to. I'm just going to erase the texture on the background here. So if we just do this and then we erase everything around it, we just erase the parts we don't want. So essentially clear out this kind of purplish texture here. I'm gonna need to get the texture a little bit paler as well so that it matches better, and definitely brighter. Oof. Oh, that's contrast, not brightness. Up with the brightness. So you got a similar effect. See, not 1-to-1, but yeah. Tony, welcome. Yes, art. I am an artiste. Wait, where's my hand? There you go, that's better. So we do this, and as Sai was saying, when in doubt, to just blur the background. We just blur the background. Oops, that's something that wasn't right there. Yeah, I'm originally a traditional artist, so a lot of the reasons I work with few layers, well, aside from having a very potato computer for a while, was very much due to general kind of just wanting to do it on a flat canvas in one layer, you know. We do some Gaussian blur on the texture. There you go, and it's a little bit blurry, which is nicer. Just gonna touch the blur brush on everything a little bit. That's fine. Tone down the texture, and we got something that is kind of okay, that we can work with. I think we can leave it like that, honestly. Do that. Okay. This is really good. Then we go back to cloud because it's kind of accurate to it, but we're also drawing in our style, right? So I kind of want to I want to exaggerate the lighting on him a little bit. I'm gonna try a little something that I've seen before. I'm gonna try it out. I'm just gonna lower the saturation on him. It's gonna be grayscale now. We're gonna make it a multiply layer. Oh gosh, on top of himself. And we're gonna play with the contrast and brightness a bit first. something like this. How does that look? That's basically just a couple of extra lines on his eyes and mouth and outfit, see? What if now, if we just take this and make it blue? Just playing around. We're just playing around. This is like when you try, this is the part where digital art really shines, in my opinion. Is that you can just play around a lot. You just kind of cake stuff one over the other and make magic happen. I don't think this color is good for this. It might need to be something more towards purple to match the background. There you go. Alright, so what I did is essentially I put a layer of cold tint on him, and now we're gonna erase that. We're gonna erase it, and it's gonna bring back a bit of the warmth underneath, both on his hair. Do that on this side too, not on that one though. Some light erasing strokes on it, and then on his face as a kind of lighting. Let's see if this works. Makes his face look very very pink, but I'm gonna try doing this still. I don't know what if this makes a difference. It makes a bit of a difference, not that big of a difference, but still enough to kind of make me want to keep that around. I love exaggerating eyes. Since I'm drawing this in my style, I really love exaggerating eyes on characters. So, like, I like pulling the focus to their eyes. So, because of that, I kind of want to give them a bit more noticeable, kind of almost glowy eyes, you know? Those Mako eyes. And time to glow dodge a bit, I guess. Dun, 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 dun. This light here is not there on the original one, but that's kind of up to us to decide, yeah. Give some of these like strikes of kind of giving an idea that there's some kind of reflection happening on the blade. I have no idea what is reflecting on it, but we're just indicating. We just kind of want to indicate this. If you had to be in a video game, Vil, what game would you want to and why? Okay, I'll give it a thought. Do you have any tips for someone who is interested to try digital art? Do you know? First of all, do you know art from the get-go, or are you completely new? Because yes, I have tips. I have tips, but usually kind of like whenever anyone asks me for any tips, I usually want to ask them what they want to do with their art. You just want to try some stuff out as a little pastime, or you paper art. Nice, okay. Let's see. Usually it's like there are quite inexpensive choices. If you usually look around online, people will always try to recommend the really expensive stuff with good reason, because it is good. But there are good ways to get started on things without necessarily putting a lot of money into stuff. Digital art is very accessible in tablet form now. There are Android tablets that are how do you say that? That have a stylus, pressure sensitive stuff. I believe Lenovo made some inexpensive ones recently. So then it's usually like, look around what app people are using, right? I use it on PC, but you can do a lot of things. I've known of artists that do full-on commissions, animation commissions, everything based off of just their Android and Apple tablets. Ibis Paint is a very well-known one. On my Android, I do have Ibis Paint, but I use Artful just as a... No, it's not Artful. What's it called? Artflow, which is just a very simple sketching app. I personally, like, whenever I want to do art outside of the digital stuff, I'll just grab like a little sketch pad or sticky notes kind of deal. The thing with digital art is that there's so many different ways to do it, so many different peripherals, and one is not the other alike. I feel like whenever I've had to borrow an art setup from someone else, like not just a tablet, not just a peripheral, but straight up, how do you say that, set by someone else's art setup, it's it really kind of, it's almost like wearing someone else's shoes that are not the same shoe size as yours or something, you know? It's just kind of like, that is someone else's setup, and it doesn't necessarily work fully to sit down and just do it completely. So the best way to just kind of give it a shot and find what works for you. Procreate is definitely one where you'll find a lot of resources for. Procreate is Apple only, it's like, so iPad. Getting an iPad, not like a iPad Pro, but just an iPad with an Apple Pencil is a very good way to kind of get started on it, and because there's so many resources for that platform, you know. It makes the eyes so expressive. I kind of lucked out with this one because I was hoping to get the face as expressive as I got it. So it worked out, so I'm just happy that it did. But other than that, it's just practice doing facial expressions, I suppose, because the eyes, like the face in general, really follows along quite a lot. You wouldn't look as angry if the eyebrows weren't furrowed, you know? Also, I've been thinking about what game I would want to be in and why and so on, but I think I would just say Animal Crossing, because then I can just spend my days just making flowers, like just kind of farming and hanging out with cute villagers. The thing is, like, people be like, if you were put in a video game, but like if I say Hojoverse, like I don't know how to use the gliders, I don't know how to climb every surface that ever existed. I'm not built like that. I'm an owl, I can fly on my own, I guess. But it's just kind of like, it's just, what is the game about? Like, sure, I like Demon Souls, I like Dark Souls, but yeah, I'll be immortal, I guess. I'll be an undead immortal and then essentially lose my mind over having constantly like you know, over too much failure. That's just not a very cozy game. I would rather have a nice life, cooking and just kind of hanging out with people, having not the cute animals. Yeah, I would say Animal Crossing. That's a good one. I wouldn't even pick Rune Factory, because Rune Factory is a lot of like having to fight and survival and save the world. It's like the stakes are too high, you know. That question to me is just kind of like, if I got put in another world, bam, as I am now, it's just kind of like, oh well. That's a tricky one. Can finally buy a house, right? Right. You can slowly save up to your house by just essentially making a cute little orchard and then selling fruit. I would love to be an NPC selling gear to adventures, but not going on them. Exactly, that kind of deal, you know? Look, so I have you know when you dream about like a game or a movie or anything that you kind of been like, oh yeah, I really like that stuff. I have two different versions of those dreams, which is why one of those what I always think about what you guys ask me, like what would you want to do, which game would you want to be. On one hand, I am transported there and I am the main character. I know exactly how to do everything that the main characters do in that game. I'm awesome at it, you know. It's a heroic adventure and I'm like essentially isekai'd with everything I need to know. I'm barely even myself anymore. I am just the main character of said game embodied, right? And on the other hand, I get transported there and I know just what I know and I somehow have to make it work. Like, what if my magic doesn't work on enemies or whatever in those worlds, you know? Everything always works out in Animal Crossing. Mario is a good game to live in. Sure, as long as you're not a Goomba. That just sounds like one of those Fae or Genie wishes, like what you wanna, you know, name your wish. I wish I lived in Mario's world. Your wish is my command, you know? And then you're just like, oh, I'm a Goomba. The Sims would be such an underwhelming experience. Oh my gosh. Not gonna lie, I would live in Honkai Star Rail. As a traveler or just as a random NPC in any way? I guess some of the NPCs are doing alright. I would just not want to be a citizen of the city that needs saving, you know? Sims actually, yeah, that's a pretty good point. With Sims, actually, I feel like I would, unless I would be a Sim being controlled by anyone else. That would be an experience. Wonder what that would be like. Guess we'll never know. För det här är symfona. Kuremar, sorpar här sådär. Surpen har ikke du der, surpen der, følgen har du ha, tyngden kontakt, og full sørger. Man, that is a trip. Hello, anime. Are you talking Japanese? I'm talking Simlish. Vanilla. 日本語じゃないよ。Blur, more blur. More blur on the background. Blah. Can we get a lot of blur? It's not blurring. Oh, there it is. It's blurring. Great. Love that. And we erase the parts that we want sharp. Closer to cloud. Something like that. Very nice drawing. Wait, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Try my best with what I've got. Dun, 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 dun. Guess we weren't really that far from getting it somewhat done. I guess I should do a little. I have a bit of like a half an hour to maybe do a little bit of fine-tuning details here and there. Hello there, Duck Boy. How are you doing? What's let's see, I'm still stuck in the thoughts of like what's a nice cozy place to live, right? In terms of games and stuff. And I can't think of a place that is more good for everyone than Animal Crossing. People have problems in Stardew Valley. Okay, Fields of Mystria, I'd be down. Fields of Mystria for sure. Slime Rancher seems pretty chill. There are places that are quite dangerous to go to get some slimes, yeah. But yeah, Fields of Mystery app for sure, for sure. AK Crescent, thank you for hanging out. Luigi's Mansion. Lost Embers, I'm not sure I know that one. But yeah, it's a really good point, Miri. Fields of Mystery is very nice. The community is awesome. Everyone helps each other out. Everyone's working towards building the... you know, there's a place for everyone there too. I've already streamed the full series of Stardew Valley, actually. We might peek back into Vanderbos farm sometime, but I do feel like a lot of the mods would be broken by now. But I say a full series at the point that we finish the community center. That was my goal in that game. I have a lot of mods in that one, and so that's definitely one to check out. Yeah. I feel like Stardew Valley was very shaping of my channel. We had a lot of inside jokes there that if anything pops up, I'll be sure to explain that to people. Because in Stardew was the Vilhelm farmer boss. Yeah, I started off as just a farmer, and then I ended up rizzing all of Pelican Town, or Vilhelm did at least. All right, Jingjuan, thank you. Power Wash Simulator would be a good side job. Yeah, that's very true. There's plenty of stuff if you could get into the market and be the Power Wash guy, make the money off of that. That'd be good. That'd be pretty good. I think I'm a bit boring like that, too realistic, thinking about like living food and work security. Last half hour. Not gonna lie, I'm pretty happy with how this one has turned out already, so like I could just go with it as is. I am gonna try a little trick though that I know of. Hello Jesse, welcome. How are you doing? Welcome back, I should say. Oh, this song is pretty good. Also, a belated happy birthday, Jesse. Ah, yes, live in split fiction. Live in split fiction where your stories get stolen by corporate entities. That's almost like real life. I'm getting old. That's not true. Lemony Coloring, thank you. We're doing a little bit of a little touch up on this. I'm gonna try a little trick that I know on how to make hair look softer, but I'm gonna see if I'm able to pull it off. At least that would make it fun. Yeah, I get you, don't I? It's it would be great to have like some kind of way to just explore your stories. Like live the stories. All right, so what I need to do to get the hair, the soft hair effect, is to let's see how I can do this. Oh, I guess it doesn't really work that way. I'm not entirely sure how to go about this. Am I able to do it? Can I do it? There you go. Alright. How are you doing, Jesse? Is everything going well? Is your weekend okay? This made me realize that games I enjoy would be horrible to live in, and that's why we experience them the way we do and not actually live in them, because it's an alternate world to what we know. No one would want to live in constant danger, but it is a thrill to temporarily be in a survival situation. You got a teacup as a birthday gift. Thought of you right away about the tea conversations. That's oh my gosh, the fact that's I'm touched, honestly, the fact that someone gets a teacup for as a gift, and it's like, oh, this reminds me of Bill. Cheers, thank you. It's funny you show up. I'm gonna say this, Jesse. It's funny you show up because I was mentioning about speaking Spanish at one point, and the one Batsu stream where I actually ended up, what was it, like, confess your love in Spanish, was actually the Tetris, Puyo Tetris with Batsu, that I played against Jesse. Not gonna lie. You say I remind you, or like you were reminded of me with a teacup. Whenever I see a root of ginger, I think about you. Because for those that don't know, one of Jesse's punishments after, you know, if losing a match in Tetris, you bought like a root of ginger to just kind of bite into. And it was the crunchiest thing I've ever heard in microphone. So whenever I just see like a ginger root that I tend to buy to cook and to make soups of and stuff like that, just like, yeah, no, it was when we say batsu for punishments, it was meant to be this kind of like kind of thing, but funny for the audience. Ginger is tasty though. I love having that in cooking. Was it good? It was strong, likely. I don't know. You'd have to tell us, Jesse. That was fun. That was fun. I haven't played Tetris in a while. I really like Tetris. To be fair, I kind of love ginger now. Ginger is crazy good. It's like an acquired taste. Initially, it's not particularly tasty. Whenever I first tried ginger, I think it was... Well, I not first tried, but when I ate ginger as it was, it's the pickled ginger you get for sushi. You know? I wasn't much of a fan of root beer or anything like that would use a lot of ginger stuff. But initially, it's just kind of like, oh man, this is like... I don't know, it would take me back specifically to when I was an owlet, and kind of like whenever I would be like accidentally get shampoo in my mouth or something when I was shower and stuff. It's like, you know, it's like really strong taste stuck on your tongue for a long time. That was what ginger made me think of, so of course I would kind of be very hesitant to eat any more of it. But yeah. Yeah, ginger is great though. I love it now. Let me send you a pic of the teacup. Okay, sure. The strawberry shampoo doesn't taste like strawberry. No, exactly. And that's like the impression I got of ginger first, because it's like really strong, like you know. But then I really liked it in combination with other stuff. It's a lot of flavors that are acquired. Like you have to kind of try them bit by bit and then kind of appreciate them in combination with other things. What's your favorite drink? Hello, Nix. If I didn't say hello already, I might have. My favorite drink, that's a tricky one. I have a lot of different favorite teas, but the favorite drink. I have different cravings at different times. Of different drinks. That's interesting. Okay, you know what? I'm telling you what my favorite drink is. Listen up. It's warm milk with cinnamon and cardamom and honey. Warm milk with honey with some spices in there. Like a light chai, if you will. It's just milk with cinnamon and cardamom. Yeah, that will calm. That's one of the combos that will like you said, Nando. It's one of the flavors that just make you happy. It is a liquid hug, a liquid warm knitted sweater hug. It's just so Okay, we have a look-see at the teacup. I'll do that. I feel like the progress in the picture is pretty good as is, so I don't necessarily have to really push for getting this done anymore. I'm gonna save though. I'm gonna save. We saving. It's saved. That would be very risky otherwise. Oh my gosh. Oh, that is really nice. Can I show that? I can show it on stream, yeah, Jesse? It looks like my teacup. Look at that. It's kind of like the teacup I use for... It is like my teacup. It looks like a teacup. I have a very ornate one here, I see. Teacup. Wait, it's this one. This one has a little bit like a fancier one with my V2, but still the kind of white with gold edges. It's like I really like that. The box is so you. Oh, the box is me. Yeah, you know what? I cannot deny that. Look at that. It's even me on the screenshot. Look at that. That's so cozy. It is totally me. Cause I've got all kinds of like I have herbs and stuff. Let me see. I can show you guys on the chatting scene, and then we get back and doing the finishing moves. Whoa! Oh, that was fast. Oh, there we go. Okay, so me move the cape out of the way. So as an alchemist uniform here, I have a lot of like little herb patterns and stuff. See, the side has like a plant. On my coat, I actually have herbs and stuff in my bottles that I carry with me. There's some lavender there. It's a bit of spices and all kinds of things. I actually have some barley and some chamomile on this little potion bottle there, and some more here as well. Not to mention the rest of the coat as well. So yeah, very true. It is very me coated. Thank you for sharing, Jesse. Those are beautiful, beautiful set. Yeah, I like a nice fragrant. You know, tea. Like my favorite tea. My favorite tea is it's like a rose tea. It's like it's a black tea with strawberry, orange peel, marigold. So it's in rose petals. So really really tasty. As soon as I saw the box, I was like, oh my god, this is Vil. You got that for your birthday. You know, one thing that would make it really scary would be if it actually had an owl on it too. You know? I'd be all like, oh, well, owl be damned. It's a beautiful teacup. Hope you enjoy a lot of nice tea with that teacup. You know, teacups have some magics in them too. You can making a cup of tea. You can make it like a magic potion. If you're mindful of your cup of tea and taking at least like the first sip very concentrated on like what it tastes like and why you made that tea, it can definitely enrich your moment. We need Vil teacup merch one day. Hello teacup makers. Yeah, this is your boy Vil. About that tea merch that we should have one day. Someday, I hope so. That was not a someday, Plumies. I just would really love that to be a thing someday. Every time you brew tea, imagine I'm a witch brewing a potion. That makes the experience so much more fun. Yeah, I mean, technically. Teas have a lot of healing properties too with the ingredients in it too. Like I would love to put together my own blend of tea, of course. I love to add things to the tea to kind of enrich it better. I would love like a tea cabinet with different kind of dry leaves in it so I can just kind of make my own combination, and then it would really feel very alchemy-like, you know? I would also feel like I would want like a very some kind of elaborate tea making set, even though that's not really that common. Usually have it for tea ceremonies maybe, but other than that, like tea making sets don't get the very elaborate. It's just usually the usual thing. But I really like my vial teas, like the ones that are in the vials. I don't know if you guys have seen them. Those would really make me feel like an alchemist. I'm still gonna reach out to the people that make them. Let's see if there's anything that we could do together sometime. They're very cute because you have here. I'll show you what they look like. I finished one vial and the last hand cam. We're gonna probably finish another one the next one. Because this is like my favorite set of tea. They just come like this. They're pricey though, but these are really like saved for special occasion. So beautifully packaged and actually come in little like glass vials. They're beautiful. Not sponsored yet. For now. Yeah, they're lovely. Okay, and then we just if I can get the details done on this side as well, then we're all there. Then we can just make the hair look really nice and fluffy once we just kind of... The trick to make hair looking fluffy is one that I don't like to do a lot because you erase what you've done, but it's for the better, you know? You kind of give all the little spiky details as you can, and then you kind of do like a soft eraser on the tips of everything. It's like thinning out the hair. It works really well. I haven't done it in a while, so here's me saying that it works really well, like as if I know that it will, but I'm a trust, you know? I'll trust that the process that it works. I like to make every hair individually. That's a really good way of going about it. I do feel like it benefits from blurring it a little bit as well, because very individually done hair can take away if that is a very detailed piece and not part that there's missing details everywhere else. It's gonna kind of call for attention if it's too detailed, you know? But I know what you mean. I used to like doing realistically inspired hair on my on art when I started off. I got the question, I think it was, let's see, I got the question about any tips for starting on digital art, right? That was Renata, wasn't it? A thought came to me just now about that, and it's the fact that digital art, something that is very important also for normal art, so to say, so traditional art, but it's very important to consider ergonomics. Like display tablets will come with kind of stands and stuff like that to put it, but if you get like an iPad or like if you get like what do they call it? Like just an Android pad, they might not come with actual stands, and then you might find yourself kind of vulture necking over a flat table, you know? Like you just put the pad down and you're gonna draw that, and then your neck is gonna be very, very angled in order to get the view on that. So with that approach, I would recommend getting like a laptop stand that they sell sometimes for laptop ergonomics. They kind of might look something like, you know, like this. They're supposed to hold a laptop there, and then I would recommend using something like that with your tablet. I have a gaming table. I don't know if that does that angle. So I have a hello Lynette, welcome. One thing I have, which is kind of funny, is like I'm using one of my old gaming consoles as a tablet stand. It's kind of funny, really. If you imagine me kind of sitting where I am, right? Oh, that's not where I can draw there. Okay, let me see. Let me draw a little bit higher so I can show you guys. So I'm sitting with my hair, you know, it's kind of messy hair all over the place. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bananas. There you go, and my ponytail. There you go. Okay, fine. So I sit kind of front leaning, a little bit front leaning, not much, but sitting like you would leaning on a desk, right? Oh, hello, Ambrose. Thank you for 13 months of Alchemist, buddy. So I'll get to that in a moment. I need to introduce my dango, my buddy Dango. But so having a drawing tablet here at this angle would still kind of mess with my neck. So what I did to fix this, because I kind of needed to have the drawing tablet angled upwards, but the most comfortable position for me to use my actual elbow, because I don't like resting my elbow on the table, because if I use my hand and my elbow, really I can draw a lot more accurately, so to say. So what I ended up doing is I took a console I don't use. It's quite square. It has an X in its name. I'm not kidding. And I kind of have it underneath the tablet. It's heavy. It doesn't move. It supports the tablet just fine, and it raises it up to the level I need it to be able to work comfortably. And then like my magic mirror is there with some side mirrors and stuff. So this works really well. And you're right, Side, the chair is very important as well. So yeah, Hutu Tango, Komiyama Ambrose in chat, everybody. My boy, my buddy in Equinox. We're gonna be raiding him soon. He's been working really hard on a concert. You have a whole console to lean on. Some would call it a half console, but sure. Yeah, I don't use my Xbox One anymore, and I didn't want to get rid of it. And then I found use for it. Found some alternate use for it. After trying multiple solutions, this was the perfect one. The concert's tomorrow, though? Is it tomorrow? I thought it was today. Oh, tomorrow, okay. Welp. I guess I have longer than just 2 hours to work on this then. That's for me for not checking. I looked that up earlier. I was like, oh, it's today? Alright, fine. You're a watch along. I see. I looked that up yesterday. I was like, oh, the concert's tomorrow. I was like, oh, okay, tomorrow. Oh, tomorrow's today then. Good thing you came by, Dango. I mean, I would have noticed and gone back to work, I suppose, but dang. Thank you, Dango. I feel like a complete mess of an owl today. I'm not getting things right. Silly goose. Ah! No, I can't even sound like a goose. I'm not Hutu today, I'm honk honk. Silly hoot, yeah. My setup was already for drawing. Chair super comfy on a table at perfect level. Only issue, my drawing tablet. Some other buttons are on the left side. I'm left-handed. Yeah, I getcha. One thing though, I know drawing tablets usually have a you can mirror that so that you have your buttons on the other side. Like you can turn it upside down. Yeah. Jesse, thank you so much. Alchemista. How do you say, I'm sorry, Nando, I know you taught me. How do you say, owl in Portuguese? Tango, how do you say owl in German again? Now I know something new. Yeah, Usually my tablet is a display tablet, right? Aula. Aula? I don't think I told you. It's Coruja. Coruja or Coruja? How do you say it? Which one? So my display tablet, sending a voice note. Oh my gosh. Please start with so I can imagine your hand waving in the air. I would like that. My tablet is generally looks like this, right? There's some buttons here. And I am right-handed as I draw, so I just draw on it, and it has it has a picture of I'm gonna draw a cloud here. Let's see, blub blub. It's a spiky hair cloud. There you go. There you go. Second way, the Jason like sort of John Coruja. Okay. But I have also actually used the tablet. The cable is there. I have also used the tablet in this orientation because I would do a lot of portraits, so that would make a lot of sense. So I twisted it that way. So the cable would be up here, and then I would have, you know, the buttons that I wouldn't use there, and then I would have the display like this. So once again, we draw a cloud here. Like that instead. So then I would get more screen real estate in that angle and not so much sideways. But in the same spirit of things, you can actually you can twist it the other way around as well. So then you would have, I guess you would have the cable come out on this side, but the buttons would be on this side. So that is customizable. Dun, 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 dun. Something I would recommend if you're getting started on digital art is to kind of look around what programs are popular. If you're going to do it, if you're going to work on PC, Windows, Linux, Android, or even an iPad. I know like Clip Studio is available on Android, but if you're gonna use Android to draw, I would say Ibis Paint, because it has a huge community of like tutorials and guides and everything on how to do certain things. So if you need to, how do I do this? Then you can easily look up how to do this in Ibis Paint, and you like find it, or Ibis Paint. I say Ibis Paint. If you get like an iPad, then I would say Procreate is a given, because Procreate has also a huge community with a lot of guides that will kind of set you up. There's like resources, brushes, and everything like that. PC, you have a lot of different options. For me, the no-brainer is Clip Studio Paint, but it is like one of those, getting a new art program is can be so overwhelming because all the windows are open, all the things are open. You kind of open it, there's so many buttons, you kind of just want to hide. So maybe also look up a video of like how to get started on blah 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 program, you know, to kind of walk you through it a little bit, hold your hand, because it can get overwhelming. And also never stop exploring. Trust me, your PC has potato. Trust me, your PC has potato, as it won't explode. Yeah, it might be won't explode. Yeah. I went a long time almost getting shamed for my choice of art program or my way of doing things by people that say I should do things in a certain way. You should do this, you should do that. You should totally use Photoshop. That's what the industry uses. You know, people that aspire to be kind of designers or game designers and stuff like that. It's like, oh no, man, everyone in the industry uses Photoshop, blah blah blah. I never liked how Photoshop felt. So one thing that I feel like I'm not original in saying, but I took the teachings of that, your equipment, your gear doesn't make the artist. Make you the artist. You essentially make and find your own ways and gear of doing things. You like to use 500 layers on a picture? and that is your method and you're fast and comfortable in it, that's your method and I respect it. There are people that use multiple programs that go like, oh, I will draw the line art in this program because it feels the best. Paint Tool Sai, friggin' best brush smoothing ever. And then I'll move over to this program and I'll move over to that program to do that thing. It's like, that's completely your routine, and no one can be telling you if you're doing it right or wrong. End result is what matters at that point, you know? There's a peripheral that I found very interesting, but I never explored because I know I sketch a bit too loose to really make use of it. But there is like not only a Wacom, there are other brands that do it, but there's like a notepad, a notebook with where they actually have a pen, like a stylus, but also combination with a ballpoint pen. So you can actually sketch and draw on actual paper and connect that to your phone, or like store it in that tablet and then import it to your computer. Very interesting way of doing that. But for me, like whenever I sketch traditionally, I use a very light touch. So those pen strokes would just never be registered. All right, that's right. Dango sent me a recording. I'm gonna say how to say owl. Let's see.
So in German, you say
yes. It started with the so. It started with the so. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm really so happy about that. Hold on. It just tickles me in the best of ways. I hope he's not here still. Let's see. Okay, here we go.
So in German, you say Eule for owl.
Okay. Eule. Nice. So in German, you say Eule for owl. So used to have an iPad with the white pen. I don't remember model, but I love the pen. Yeah, the Apple pen. I've heard good stuff about it. Very responsive. I tried it. I found the tip to be a little thick for my liking, as I use a thinner stylus for it. But it was very responsive. It felt very good. Okay, so we got a very fluffy set of hair now, right? A certain song trendy invades my brain whenever people discuss Apple pens. Oh, which one? Let's see if this overly rendered hair is really pays off now. First, we blur a bit. It makes me cry. And then we erase a bit. Oh my gosh, here we go. It looks very soft now. Now we're gonna need to do the highlights on it, otherwise it's not gonna look that good. And this boy's spiky hair though. Do, 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 do. We cut that there too. Oop. Cut that there too. It's closer to the original. Well, I guess I still managed. I feel like this is what else could you do? There's a lot that I could do, honestly. There's always that. I remember that being a thing. I remember seeing a speed paint of an artist that I was trying to learn from, and at some point I felt like, oh, but it's done. And then they just kind of kept going and kept making it better and kept making it better. But there's a thing that there's definitely a thing that is overworking a picture. So we're not gonna do that. Right now I'm just kind of taking it easy. The fact that we got this done now is I can just kind of play around, talk to you guys a bit. I'm gonna wrap up soon. Knowing when to stop is very important. Yeah, at some point it's like, you know, you can always, there's always something to work on or touch up, but you can, at some point you should take the knowledge and move it on to the next project, you know? Otherwise that one picture you've been working towards is not gonna get done. And it's important to kind of take the teachings with you to the next one too. Yeah, you learn a lot from drawing a lot of different pictures. Exactly, Mary. That's that little teaching of the little teaching of the atelier, where the students were judged by two different classes, either quality or quantity, and the students that did the quantity one ended up almost doing better quality stuff than the quality students. Oh brother, I'm about to cry. I'm grinding hard and it was almost 10 versus 1 because my team was goofing around and I came as the MVP, but I'm angry. Man, why I don't play team-based games? Good job, Sai. Sorry to hear. I don't like to play team-based games because of, unless you have a full team to play with at all times, because people play games for different reasons, you know? People play games for different reasons. Sometimes I feel like I just kind of want to get a quick cash out of, you know, the experienced TM. But the people that play the game in and out like so many times, they just kind of essentially are there to kind of kill time instead. They won't take it as serious. So then you're kind of at the mercy of what the other people are playing the game for. And then there's also, like you say, like people just want to try out the game. So they want to give it a shot and they're playing it at the first time, and then they kind of get yelled at for not being good at the game. That also happens. That's also unfair, you know? Yeah. I think that realization came to me at some point. When I was very much like had very busy days, finally got around to play a game that I wanted with someone I would play the game with, and then because they had played a lot during the time I had not been able to, they were kind of, you know, kind of bored with the game, trying to find their own fun, trying to push limits. But for me, that's been like the first time in ages that I've been able to, so I just kind of wanted to cash in on the reward, right? And that's kind of when I realized that people would play games for different reasons. Because I lost that game. I'd spent a long time. Like it wasn't even a short session. It was like a 50 minutes, an hour and a half kind of session, only to make it to the end and then lose because instead of playing it safe, two of the teammates were just kind of pushing the limits just to see how, if they could do some trickery stuff, right? And it genuinely made me sad. And that's kind of when I realized that, you know what, maybe I should be looking at games that I would rather, you know, kind of I can just play without it being at the mercy of how other people want to play it. Cloud Sword looks so uncomfortable to carry. It's perfectly balanced. It's clearly it's anime steel, so it's perfectly balanced, weighs nothing. I was saying that before, Nando, when I was drawing that these swords, like when you see it in the game, they're just swinging it around. I think Zach even holds it with one hand, like it's a samurai blade. You know, he just kind of stands like, how does he do it? Kind of forward leaning, shoulders up, and then he holds like arm out back here, and then holds it like this. Like over his face with the other hand open here. Like that. Huge sword like that, you know? He just does that like nothing, but then, you know, in a cutscene when he's gotten beaten up, he's suddenly like, and then like, donk is so heavy, But then suddenly, oh, gotta get serious. Swish my fighting stance, and I'm lifting it like it's the fillet knife, like it's nothing. Anime steel, yeah, anime steel. The same kind of steel plot armor is made out of, you know. It's the kind of steel that is only heavy when it's a cutscene, when you have the black bars come in from the top and bottom. Then it changes properties. Those black bars, the top bottom black bars on a screen, it will rewrite reality in video games, you know. The scripted battle against a boss that you completely destroyed, and your parties are still gonna be like, oh man, that guy's tough, and you're kind of like, he didn't land a hit though. Oh, we can't beat him yet. And then the bad guy's gonna be like, oh, you're 100 years too early to take me on. It's like, I literally wrecked you in the battle. You didn't get a single hit in. What are you talking about? Do you, let's see, you even got to see old drawings and get super cringe at your past self? I love my past self. I was saying like Shen that asked me. No, I love the drawings of my past self. My past self did a lot of mistakes in drawings. Did a lot of mistakes in drawings in anatomy, and things don't make a lot of sense. However, my past self was not bound by the rules of realism or shoulds and woulds. My past self would just draw out of pure imagination and get ideas out on paper, no matter how strange they came out. So I actually have a lot of my old drawings stored, and sometimes I just kind of be like, you know, that was a pretty good idea. Like, I wonder how I would do it now. No, it's because of those drawings that I am where I am today, so I'm not gonna be cringing at my past self. I was trying my best, and sometimes I did better in terms of concepts and ideas than I do now, because I take so much into consideration of what would be right or wrong to do. You guys know that about me already. With the art features, we celebrate creativity, and your past self had this had the same kind of creativity you also still have in you. That sometimes might be held back by expectations to constantly do better or do more or improve, that you kind of have to see improvement with each piece or something. Like the expectations were not necessarily there when, at least not for me, when I was drawing as I was younger. I had unrealistic goals of things that I wanted to achieve, but I still kind of drew things in line with those. Maybe I'll find some unposted drawings of some sort of my past self and maybe redraw what they would look like now instead. That would be a fun stream. We'll see if I can do that sometime. That would be cool, right? Obviously, I can't pick just any picture, but I could always try to see something that, you know, especially sketchbook stuff, they weren't posted, so to say. I'm just adding a little bit here and there, extras here and there, kind of unnecessary, but yeah. One thing I noticed in my past works is that I had less skill but way more time. Yeah, I get that. I would draw dragons, like Owlet Vil would draw dragons, and dragons with a lot of scales, and I would do every scale like blip 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 blip, very detailed oriented. Hello audio, welcome. What's up? I'm drawing. How are you doing? I'm rounding up this drawing. It's not going to be super rendered. I'm just kind of putting in some of the lighting details where they need to go. I love the detail scales as well. Looks really good. Thank you. So, as I've said to other people here, is there a drawing or drawings of yours you like more? Drawings that I've made that I really like over others? I have achievements that I have done, none that I can show, sadly. But I have, for me, the pictures that I really like, and that goes for childhood me as well. Because I think a lot of us as artists may have these pictures that it kind of registers something. You get that aha experience, your eureka pictures, when you're trying to figure out how folds work and suddenly you just draw them. You know? When you're trying to figure out how dynamic poses work and suddenly you just suddenly you're just like, wow, that's an interesting pose. I feel like I've been trying to figure this out so much and I've been able to. I took a break, came back, and I just figured I didn't put pressure on myself. I'm just gonna have fun, and suddenly I did it. So there's a lot of difference, like small and big pictures. There was a picture I worked for so long, for so many weeks redrawing it because it was my chance to get published, and I didn't have a track record that would guarantee me a spot. But essentially, I got, if you draw something good enough, you're in. I redrew that so much, so that picture at least like 3 times, completely super detailed, overly detailed. I wouldn't do something that crazy again, but that determination behind that picture essentially really boosted a lot of my abilities and skill. I kind of understood folds better suddenly while working on the Ranger Vil fan art. That picture is crazy good, Miri. You spoil me with the fan art, for real. A lot of you do, regardless of the skill in this fan art. You guys spoil me with fan art. Thank you very much for that. I really like them, seeing the illustrations. I had exact same thing with writing the same chapter over the last week for a huge change. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you should really never go with the initial idea. For me, as I draw on also Oreo, you asked who I'm drawing. I'm drawing Cloud Strife, the main character of Final Fantasy VII. This is for my challenge called Movie Redraw. This is a screenshot of the movie, and I'm just recreating it in my style. Always serving, right? She eats and leaves no crumbs. I'm so confused by the terminology of that. I thought eating was the people that received it, but I guess you also eat when you cook for yourself? Question mark? Takes one to know one's side. Oh my god. With the almost Uno reverse. I need to go. No, me too soon. No problem. No, but thank you, Mariah. Thank you for hanging out. Really appreciate it. Alright, so since some people are having to go, next stream is on Monday. We're going back to Blueprints. I'm gonna try again, see if we can beat the game in the first 10 hours. Then there's another game I want to play, so it might, depending on, or regardless of how Blueprints go next week, we're gonna try another game the coming week. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. We made a lot of progress last time. I set my timer to turn this off in a bit. But yeah, with this one done as it is, I don't need to do anything with the like I don't have to work on it during next week. It's got a wolf here. I can barely tell that it's a wolf, but I'll give it a little nose there. Little snout. There you go. Looking forward to seeing what's going to be in store for next week. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing all the entries. For those that don't know, I host art challenges every month, and you're welcome to join them. I also, the art challenges stay where they are, but I plan in an art feature stream for each art challenge for a month, so people can get your art featured on my stream. We look at them together. It's not a critique session. I'm just there to appreciate what you've done with my challenge. So we get all kinds of entries. You get like paper drawings with the photo posted and stuff. So everyone is welcome to join. And we'll have a feature next weekend to see the movie redraws. Curious to see what movies people have picked. And then about a week after, again, we get another art challenge and rinse and repeat, because they are art challenges. So it's not always very straightforward to do. This is I kind of disguise different art challenges behind this kind of giving you your mission, what you're supposed to do. But this is a draw this in your style challenge, but you get to pick the initial screenshot, right? What you're gonna draw within the rules of the challenge. We've done style practice challenges. We've done a lot of character design challenges. It's just been really fun this year to do all the different challenges that we have. Thanks everyone for joining in. You guys even drew me new outfits. It's been a hoot. Oh you. Oh you. Okay. I think this looks nice. I think this is fine. He says and puts and then spills tea all over it. Click. I'm just gonna make that one. No, actually, I think I'm not gonna use this. I'm gonna use the color balance and put highlights towards yellow, because they should be. Halftone shadows towards blue. Maybe magenta even, a little bit of blue magenta. And halftone, I don't think I need to change the halftone, but we can try what happens. Red, no. A bit cyan. A little bit cyan coded. Yellow. Does it even make a difference? Barely. Barely. I'll leave it pale a second. All right. Shall I do my little signature? Then and we call it done. Oh, whoa, 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 I'm missing something. I'm completely forgetting to do the very important thing of putting a Stardew Valley keg into the picture. For those that weren't there for the Stardew Valley playthrough, I put kegs everywhere they shouldn't be. terrorizing the plumies, the watchers of the streams. And now they just find their way into all kinds of things. Now, where should this one go? How would they know? How would they know? They'll know. Vilhelm Vanderbos original. Done so. There you go. We got there. We got there. I think it's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. 1-to-1, pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah. I think it's pretty good. Without that. Yeah. Alright. Let's see if we can rate anyone then, shall we? Get the little TikToks. Clicky clicky. There you go. I'll share my my schedule as well. And there we go. What's everybody? Do you mind if I do this? Hutsu, everybody! Hutsu, hutsu! We say hutsu on the channel instead of otsu, which is usually what Japanese affiliated VTubers do. Because in Japanese, otsu is short for otsukaresama deshita, which means job well done, thank you for your hard work. And that goes for me, goes for you guys too. Because I'm here drawing, having to deal with scuff in the beginning. But you guys also are spending your very precious time with me, and I'll never take it for granted. I really appreciate you guys. It's so nice to do what I do what I love, and also be accompanied by you lovely plumies. Quite frankly so, if I may say so myself. So, let's see then. Gonna have a look if anyone is available for raid. Otherwise, we'll leave it there. And I'll see you on Monday again. Let me bring up my schedule and show you guys what's up. Believe this is the one. Oh yeah, that's gonna look really silly, but that's okay. Let's see. It's not what I need. What do I need? There you go. Boom. Art by Lala Dragon. Thank you very much for that. So Monday, we're going back to blueprints, and I think it was day 7, so we have 3 days left if we're gonna beat it before day 10. I don't know if it's possible. I'm sure we're gonna try. So join me again and see if we take on the mansion one more time and see if we have a run that is as long as a stream. It's gonna be fun to see. Then on Tuesday is the last day to order my merch. My merch being a cozy, fluffy throw pillow. This one right here. That one. And also the standee of me. The standee itself is also in reference to the voice pack. I'm very proud of the voice pack. Because I made that one myself. I did the audio edits, music, everything. I made it very cinematic. So if you're gonna get anything, I would really appreciate it if you pick up the voice pack and let me know what you like, what you think about it. It was a nice one, and I got really far on blueprints last time. Yeah. Wednesday we're gonna play Lifeline. Lifeline is a game. It's a voice control only game on the PlayStation 2, so it's an old voice controlled game, so it works about how you would think it would. You try to make the main character understand what you're saying and giving instructions, but they kind of understand half of it, and it makes it for a really funny, frustrating stream. Frustrating for me, very funny for you guys, and I love it, really. It's just really funny. Are We There Yet is a multiplayer game that is kind of making its rounds now. Ambrose suggested we play it as a Equinox collab, and I'm so there for it. It is going to start half an hour earlier. I'm also going to update the hour, the American time zone that I use, because now that there's been daylight savings happening, I think that one will change a bit. So I'm going to have a look at everything so that it really fits and looks proper. Okay. Members only stream title Hoot Hoot. Exactly. That was mainly if I was not done with Cloud and maybe needed a little work and chat stream to kind of catch up for it. But no, I don't. So I'll think of something. One of the many fun things that we did together. I'll announce that when the schedule gets posted tomorrow. And Saturday, of course, art feature. Movie redraw. I'm looking forward to seeing all the entries. I'm going to gather them from YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, and Blue Sky. And let's not forget that on Sunday, there's like a con happening. It's Hyper Japan in the UK. And we've been invited as the full Globy group, and been invited to do meet and greets there. So if you happen to be at Hyper Japan, local time is 20 minutes to 2. 13:40, 1:40 p.m. even. For 25 minutes, I'm gonna be doing a meet and greet there, and I'm looking forward to meeting you if you're gonna be there. Yeah, there'll be other opportunities for meets and greets otherwise for everyone, no worries. And that is the schedule. The schedule owl. Sound good? Thank you for today, everybody. Let me look. I was looking if I could rate into anyone. Velocity doing. All right, let's see if we can rate into Velocity even. They were one of the people that they rated me recently, and they were one of the people that were actually doing my watch along for my debut stream over a year and a half ago. They also kept, speaking of meet and greets, they also showed up at Vexpo, at VExpo in the UK when I had mine. They showed up and greeted me. That was great. So let's just rate them. They're playing Plants vs Zombies, Game of the Year edition. Yeah, that Plants vs Zombies. So I think that's fun. Let's go say hi to them. Or it's just oh, say them. It's just one of them playing. Here we go. That's nice of them. Yeah, I felt so too. I recognized the voice already, and when they showed up. And I gave them the thanks for, you know, being there for the first day. I was so nervous. A lot of you guys say that it didn't show, but I was so nervous. And yeah, we had a little watch along with that one too. That with my debut, I got to do the director's cut and commentary. Raid message, let's go. Thank you for the stream. Thank you for watching, and see you next stream. Monday for blueprints. I'm gonna have something to do. It's a busy week next week. It's gonna be fun. I'm also already working on the next art challenge. That's gonna be exciting. You know Worky? Why you know Worky? Oh, I know why you know Worky. Because I had to restart the. Resetti has been in the yeah. See, my blue mods are sharper than I am. I trained them that way. If anyone wants to challenge the final boss, that is Vilhelm Vanderbos, they need to get through my plume mods. What they don't know is the plume mods are way higher level than I am, and there are 2 of them. So I gotta get through them first. Kicked into shape in plume mod bootcamp. Give it a good old hoot hoot. That's fine. That is the raid message. You can copy paste it and go and join me in sending them some support. All right. Well, then what is there left to say? But bye bye, bye 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 bye. Stay lovely, everybody. See you again real soon. Doei 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 doei. Dag.